Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Totally Normal Football League, where we'll have a doubleheader tonight to finish off Week 6 of the regular season. After this stream, there will only be 3 games left in the regular season to play, which we will do 3 back-to-back-to-back games on Friday, and then we'll be done with the regular season, and next week we'll be into the postseason. The question is, who will be competing for the Totally Normal Football League champions? Because right now, especially the number 2 and 3 seeds, there's only 3 slots available in the postseason Totally Normal Football League, are still very much up for grabs, and tonight's games especially will be major in painting our postseason picture, if you will. Ooh, alliteration. We'll kick off tonight with the Kingston Gators, who are 2 and 3, going up against the Seattle Stoats, who are also 2 and 3. Both of these teams are fighting for dear life. It is mathematically possible for them to get the number 3 seed and be the away team for the wild card game. But they need to win here and make a bold statement doing so, and then they also need to win their game on Friday. So it is do or die, win or go home for both of these teams. The Seattle Stoats started the year off fairly strong. They defeated they handed the San Francisco Shitbirds their only loss of the season, and right now they look more dominant than ever. Unfortunately, the Stoats lost the rematch against them kind of handily, and meanwhile the Kingston Gators are on an opposite story to them, where they started out the season 0 and 3, but and the team has been basically shuffling the roster every game. They could not find their footing. They could not figure out what personnel should go where in order to make their scheme click. But they've hit it in stride recently. They won a game against the Toronto Trash Pandas 2 weeks ago, and then the next week they went and completely dominated their other over here division rival, the New York Knitters. So they are riding a wave of momentum, especially since changing up their running backs. They're back to Aston Sullivan. It looks like he went to rehab and reinvented himself. He's no longer a running back laughing stock, and he's actually been putting up some amazing numbers in the last 2 games. And not only that, but just changing up their wide receiver routes. Larry Balding has been playing the best he's played all season. But they're up against a Seattle Stoats defense that is still very good on paper. Statistically, actually, which is surprising. We didn't have I finally was able to scrape through all of the game's log files and, combine everything into a gigantic statistics Katamari ball, if you will. And the Stoats actually have the best defensive back or cornerback specifically tandem in the league. So even better than Bobby Williamson and Geronte Dunnett, who are playing for the Janitors right now. We'll get to them later tonight in the second hour of tonight's broadcast. But Geronte Foulplay and Ryan Coulier both statistically having insane seasons, both more than 20 tackles. Ryan Coulier especially with 2 forced fumbles, which I believe both came in their Knitters games. It was kind of insane. And of course, both of them with multiple interceptions, both of them with, Geronte Foulplay with 9 pass deflections, Ryan Coulier with 3. So both of them are going to be like flies on poop on the wide receivers of the Kingston Gators. And not only that, but Octavius Alwayson has also been doing super good, and Phil Powers is also a reliable middle linebacker locking down the middle of the field. And likewise, the Gators also have a fantastic defense. It's probably the only thing they've been able to do good this season, at least at the beginning of it, with Tyler McFridge and Ruben Staples as their cornerbacks. They've been doing great this season. Ruben Staples with 21 tackles and 2 pass deflections, an interception, and Jay McDiggle, the middle linebacker for the Kingston Gators, has sort of been their Ray Lewis, so to speak. 24 tackles, 3 of them for loss, 2 sacks, an interception, 2 pass deflections. Wherever he's needed, he will be. So expect to see him do some major plays. And of course, Martin Fennick, I believe the Kingston Gators are one of the only teams in the league to really utilize the nickel defense, which is interesting. Everyone else is mostly going like pure 4-3. But that means Martin Fennick has also really stepped up this season for the Gators. 23 tackles, 2 pass deflections, so he's been locking down enemy slot receivers. But enough talking about football. Let's watch some damn football here as we load into the game. As soon as I remember to get my stupid notes up. Hilton, you're in the chat. Just for fun, do you want to make a channel points bet on who's gonna win the game here? Make it like a 5-minute, make it like a 5-minute thing. I don't know if you can do that quickly. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. I'm actually gonna stop the music there because the game has loaded and we're kicking off tonight's first game. The Gators on the road in Seattle. And it's a nice sunshiny evening here on the West Coast, 41 degrees Fahrenheit with almost no wind. And it's a beautiful day for football. Yeah, don't worry. Interesting that Randall Cloud is given the player highlight here. He's been another key part of this Gators defense. Strong safety, Randall Cloud. He's been keeping a lot of the tight ends in the league in check so far, and man, there have been so many insane tight ends for him to cover. And Ben Zeitgeist, who has been very interesting. Either Ben Zeitgeist runs for 1 yard and is instantly stopped, or he goes for 20 or a touchdown. He is explosive when he does anything. The issue has mostly been with the blocking, trying to get the holes open. If the blocking job gets done, Ben Zeitgeist is going to do work. So it'll be all up to the O-line of the Stoats, which has had their fair share of issues. The Stoats also have Yaden Floatboat and Fred Freeman to lean on when it comes to wide receiver passing, and the Stoats have made a name for themselves in their 10-yard passes for first down, and enough of me talking. Andre Fourscore kicks it to the Stoats as they begin their first possession of the game. Felix Passenhog runs into a freight train in the form of Tyler McFridge. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Ooh, sounds delicious, Alex. Thank you for joining us. So the Stoats will begin this drive just a hair over their 20-yard line. And Ken McStoat, play action, and he's immediately sniffed out and tackled. Ken Chukonu with the tackle. And if you want to talk about linebackers who were not talked about on the Gators, it seemed that Jay McDougall had been stealing a lot of the attention when it comes to linebackers, but particularly in the last 2 games for the Gators, Ken Chokunu has stepped it up to an insane degree here as Ken McStoat gets a deep pass to the left side, and it's caught by Fred Freeman for a huge reception, and this drive is going to begin past the Gators' 40-yard line, and Ken McStoat make that the Gators 35, an incredible catch to immediately swing the momentum from getting a sack right into a big reception. But yeah, Ken Chokunu is definitely going to be a player to watch. Already 1 sack on the first defensive play. It's a handoff to Ben Zeitgeist, and he's going to run it right up the middle, slammed down by Randall Cloud. And this is exactly what we need to keep our eyes on. How good is the Stoats O-line going to be on blocking to open up these runs? Because if the Stoats O-line can do their job, Ben Zeitgeist will get the yardage. However, it seems that every time they fail, it fails disastrously. And Ken McStoat has already shown that he has a potent arm early in the game. He throws it to the flat, throws it to the tight end Ollie missile move, who gets a short reception. Well, 7 yards is not short. The Stoats at the Gators' 40-yard line. Play action. Throws it very quickly to the right side, and Yaden Floatboat gets the catch. And he beat out Martin Fennick for that catch. So far, that's been the cornerbacks on both sides of the field that I've been able to get beaten in one-on-one matchups so far. And it's a handoff to Ben Zeitgeist, who goes right up the middle. Ken Chukonu trying desperately to stop the run. But Ben Zeitgeist almost punches it in for a first down, and the Gators are unprepared so far from this Stoats offense. They are marching right up the field. They are past the Gators' 10-yard line and well within the red zone. Back it up. It's a weird lob, and it's an interception! Jay McDiggle with the stiff arm, but he's brought down by Jason Wolf. And I was about to comment on how weird of a pass that was. That was like a flea flicker. It looked like it was a forward pass, but only in concept. And easily taken away by Jay McDiggle. And now the Gators are going the other way, starting this drive from their 30-yard line. And the Stoats continue to lead the league in interceptions thrown. That was the 8th of the season, and they almost set the turnover differential to 0. As Russell Kicks almost gets an interception, gets his fingers on it.
Let's go! Bulldog under.
Right under center. Play action. Pass to the flat to 37. But it's only a 2-yard gain. 37, Doug Gongshow, the fullback for the Gators. So it'll be 3rd and 8. The Gators statistically have the worst offense in the league. They have the least amount of total yards gained. And they have the least amount of third downs in the league. And Graham Howard is in trouble and he has to throw it away. And the Gators will have to punt away their first possession. Rare Peter Blub sighting there for you Gators fans. Passenhog is going to call for the fair catch. There you go at the 34-yard line. So good field position to start out this second drive of the Stoats. Ken taking his time, backing up, looking for somebody open. Passes it to the left side. Fred Freeman gets the catch. Again, Chokunu credited with yet another tackle. And he's quickly becoming a statistical leader on the team. But this Stoats defense on overdrive right now. 2nd and 3rd. It's a pitch to Ben Zeitgeist. He's got Wolf blocking for him, and he runs it in for a first down. Randall Cloud colliding into him. And the Stoats almost at midfield. High formation. And it's another handoff to Ben Zeitgeist, but this gets sniffed out and tackled down by Jay McDiggle. Only 2 yards gained on the run. Second and 7, we're just past the 50-yard line, barely into enemy territory. The Stoats showing that they're relying on the run just as much as the passes, and they'll go to the air on this one. It's a short pass over the middle to Yaden Floatboat. Or that's Fred Freeman, sorry. And it'll be 1st and millimeters. Or 3rd and millimeters, sorry. It's a handoff to Zeitgeist, who gets an easy first down. So last time, Ken McStoat marched it into the red zone already this night. It's resulted in an interception, one of the weirdest throws I think I've seen all season. It's a pitch to Oliver Soyhaver, who gets a huge stiff arm, and I think he falls forward into a first down. Yes, it's for 10, and the Stoats are absolutely eating it up, and the home crowd is loving it. Just past the Gators' 30-yard line now. Ken McStoat in the shotgun. And he throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jay McDiggle kind of gets hit by it. He didn't even make an effort to try and get an interception. But the pass is broken up.
Get up, D. Get up. Shark bag. Shark bag.
2nd and 10.
Raise a two. Raise a two. Stay home. Stay home.
Stoats playing empty. No running backs in the back. And it's a catch by Yaden Floatboat.
11-yard gain on the play.
And that'll be for a first down. And this first quarter, the Gators tried to steal the momentum by getting an early interception, but a 3-and-out has led this second Stoats drive all the way up past the Gators' 20-yard line, and they are showing that they are on fire today and are not willing to let their postseason hopes die. Stoat drops back over the middle. It's another completion to Yaden Floatboat.
11-yard gain on the play.
And this Gators defense is asleep at the wheel. At the 8-yard line, Stoat drops back again, looking for someone open. It's to the left side, and that's a touchdown thrown to Fred Freeman. And the Stoats already are approaching 100 yards passing. And Brent Fieldstrong coming out for the point after try to put them up 7 points. And the kick is good. That was an incredibly high kick. Holy moly. Talk about a chip shot. Kicked it any harder, that thing would have went to the moon. The Gators are about to receive their second, or start their second drive of the game. The first one ended in a 3-and-out after a Jay McDiggle interception.
Seattle is lined up for the kickoff. Number 25 back deep to return.
And there's the kick. It's high and directly in the middle. And Fizzle Beef is gonna, a missed tackle by Calvin Madman. But Fizzle Beef gets it barely to the 15-yard line, so not a great kickoff return for him. Graham Howard stepping back. It's a bullet over the left side, and he finds Ben Tanner for a first down.
Yard gain on the play.
So immediately the Gators move the chains for the first time today. Graham Howard, it's a handoff to Aston Sullivan, but
The ball carrier.
Liam O'Fiend gets into the backfield early and stops the play immediately. So someone missed their blocking assignment on that one, as the Gators are now 2nd and 9. Graham Howard immediately drops back. It's a pass over the left side. It's an interception by Calvin Madman. Tackled down by Graham Howard, the quarterback. And the ball is going the other way, deep in Gators territory. This is a terrible start for the Ontarian team. 1st and 10 at the Gators' 24-yard line. Ken McStoat dropping back, looking for someone open. He passes it on the flat, and it's tipped away by McDiggle.
Wolf, the intended receiver on the play.
Wide. Set. Hut. Hear that, cuz? Take that. Hut. Come on now, let's do this.
The Stoats burning up as much time as possible, and Ken McStoat tries to run with it, but it's stopped by Jeffrey Catman. McStoat thought he saw a hole open for him. But Jeffrey Catman, originally a backup defensive tackle who got recently promoted. Ken McStoat, short pass over the middle, it's an interception again! J.K. Jokester, the free safety! And it's going the other way, and already our third interception of the game. The Stoats with their second. And what a crazy game that we're opening tonight's doubleheader with. The Stoats go up to 9 interceptions on the season, leading the league by a fair margin. It's a handoff to Aston Sullivan, who with a stiff arm gets broken loose in the left side. Octavius Olwayson is not fast enough to catch Aston Sullivan as he gets a huge running touchdown, and he brings the Gators to 6 points. A huge play. He gets the sidestep. Watch this. Calvin Madman gets absolutely stiff-armed, and Sullivan's amazing speed down the side of the field. Nobody in view in this 50 FOV shot we have. Absolutely incredible. 77-yard touchdown run. And here comes Andre Fourscore to try and kick in the extra point to tie this up in the second quarter. And we have a tie game. The missed tackle of Calvin Madman, who's been incredible all year, mind you. And then the further blocking of the wide receiver on the left side, who I didn't get to see. Parted the sea for Aston Sullivan to finally be the running back that the Gators management thought he'd be from the beginning of the season. And Felix Passenhag opts for the touchback, so the Stoats will begin their third possession from the 20-yard line. Both teams need to win this game if they want to keep their postseason dreams alive. The number 3 seed in doubt, as I don't know what happened there, but a flag happened with Chadwick with a holding penalty.
Number 72.
That's Jed Chadwick, the starting center of the Stoats. That was a handoff to Ben Zeitgeist. And then I think he was a sock lost in the dryer for a moment. And then eventually he was tackled down. You have as much idea of what happened as I do. But after that holding penalty, that's going to put them at 1st and 18. McStoat drops back. Pass to the left side. It's complete as Fred Freeman holds on to it during a Martin Fennick tackle. So a giant deficit now shortened to 2nd and 3. The Gators bringing a ton of people forward to try and stop a potential run attempt. As Ken McStoat continues to milk. Yes, here comes the run. Ben Zeitgeist up the right side! And Chokanu can't stop him, but Jokester does. What could have possibly turned into another 70-yard touchdown run. And look at that, Denny Bugless absolutely shoved over by Jason Wolf, the fullback, allowing that run, and J.K. Jokester, being the free safety, stops the run, and that means the Stoats have gotten almost to the Gators' 40-yard line. Ken McStoat looks for someone open. No, he decides to run. He's trapped in his own team. Drew Badford trying to get after him, but it's Jeffrey Catman who stops the run, and Ken McStoat gets his first big rush of the night in what is turning out to be an absolutely rock'em sock'em barn burner of a game here. At the Gators' 30-yard line. Tie game, 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. Postseason on the line for both of these teams. Ken McStoat dropping back, looking for the open man. No, he runs it! But that opportunity is immediately closed down. Jeffrey Catman playing an amazing game today with another tackle for loss. This one a sack. That's going to bring them to 2nd and 15. That's moved them back to the Gators' 35-yard line. McStoat in the shotgun. Lots of time to look for someone open. No, it's not the Gators. Oh my God. No, another holding penalty on Gabriel Menace.
Holding on the offense. Number 71.
And Ken McStoat is injured. His elbow on the play. This is what happened to him during the Shitbirds game. Well, he had a concussion scare against the Shitbirds game last week. This time his wrist is injured, which means that it's Gatien Dupuis once again at the helm. So hopefully we'll see him return to the field. Gatien Dupuis immediately. Short pass over to Ben Zeitgeist, but Zeitgeist with a drop. Ken McStoat, who is playing fantastically up till this point. He's currently being checked on for a wrist injury. Gators showing man coverage as Fred Freeman gets dragged across. Gatien Dupuis gets... Gatien Dupuis connects with Ollie missile move as we hit the 2-minute warning of the half. And Brent Fieldstrong is going to opt for the 55-yard field goal attempt. Actually, I wish I could bring up Fieldstrong's statistics without minimizing the game, but unfortunately this game was programmed by Gremlins. And it looks like it's good! A 55-yard field goal puts 3 points on the board for the Stoats. And gives them a slight lead as we're approaching halftime. The Gators, with all 3 of their timeouts and 1:49 left in the half, are looking to hopefully tie it up entering the half. Again, I keep repeating it, but there's so much on the line here with such a short regular season here in the TNFL. Every single win matters. Both of these teams 2 and 3 with very similar divisional win-loss records. And they need to win this game and their game on Friday if they want to have the remote possibility of getting the number 3 seed going into the postseason. There's only 3 teams that make it. There's 1 wildcard game, and the winner of that gets to be the away team in the Totally Normal Bulls. Graham Howard looks for someone open. It's a laser beam to superstar Omar Jeltz, who catches it almost at midfield at the 44-yard line. Graham Howard in the shotgun with split backs. Lots of pass protection. It's a very quick pass to the right side, but tackled away by Ryan Coulier.
The intended receiver on the play.
Beefy in chat's asking, is that a record kick? I believe it ties the record. I'd have to, again, I can't check stats during a game without minimizing and breaking everything. Graham Howard looking for somebody open. Stout tries to get forward, but that plan is immediately tackled down by Aston Often. And it's 3rd and 12. Graham Howard looking for a miracle play. No, he just runs it, and he tries to go the hard way again through Aston Often, but it just doesn't work. I don't know what the quarterback was thinking there. And the Gators are going to have to punt with 1:13 and counting remaining on the board. Ziggy side smash is out to punt. Felix Passenhog out to receive. And the Gators trying to milk as much time as possible, trying to give the ball back to the Stoats without any time to try and rally a field goal scoring drive, or maybe even worse. We saw Ben Zeitgeist threaten a 70-yard run earlier before being taken down by J.K. Jokester, and the fair catch is going to be called for, and this rolls in for a touchback. Ziggy side smash, maybe this isn't a great statistic, but he is the best punter in the league in terms of both yards kicked and average yards per punt. But the reason I say that might not be a great statistic to point up is because he's had to be called upon so often by this Gators offense, who tend to end most of their drive with punts. They are the worst in the league when it comes to offensive yardage, and they're going to need to buff those stats up if they want a chance at winning. And Fred Freeman gets another crucial reception for 13 yards as they call their first timeout to try and stop the clock, try to do something with this drive.
Switchy, come on.
Gatien Dupuis still out with the ball. Dupuis passing on the flat. What the heck was that? And an amazing catch by Ben Zeitgeist, who catches it right on the sidelines, and him going out of bounds stops the play clock. Amazing play by the Stoats. Both feet inbounds. And that's going to save them a timeout use. 28 seconds. Play clock is paused. Stoats up 3 at the 44-yard line. Gatien Dupuis has a lot of time to wait, but it's tipped away by Martin Fennick.
Receiver on the play.
So the Stoats will try it again. 2nd and 10 at the 44, at their 44. Dupuis in the shotgun. Pump fake. Throws it to the right side. Slapped away by Jay McDiggle. And then it'll be a 3rd down for the Stoats.
Receiver on the play.
Gatien Dupuis once again in the shotgun. Triple receivers on the strong side of the field. Dupuis catches it. It's a reception. It's a Yaden float boat. McDiggle with the tackle, but that's going to be a 4th down for the Stoats. And I don't think they're crazy enough to go for a field goal from this distance. No, they are. Nelly Rockhurst is out to punt. In fact, I don't think he's at the punt at all. This is going to take us to the half. And hopefully we'll see Ken McStoat return for the, Stoats at quarterback. He had to leave with a wrist injury. And if the Stoats need to stay alive for the season, they're going to need their star quarterback. Ken McStoat has been not too bad under the gun, at least compared to Gatien Dupuis, who was the quarterback for the Stoats for the majority of the season. Redfield Strong with the kickoff. And Fizzlebeef is going to return it. He's going to go no one down the middle of the field. Oh, it almost shakes off Frank Mellenballer, but Mellenballer takes him down. So the Gators, with the first possession of the half, down by 3 points. As Nick Hatchback is on the move. The Stoats showing zone coverage, although they are shifting a little bit. It's a handoff to Aston Sullivan, and nobody was there blocking Russell kicks, and he gets the run stop easily. That run for no gain. 2nd and 10. And it's a pass to the flat. Aston Sullivan is on the move. He gets a handful of yards. Aston often tackling him down. And that'll be a 3rd down for the Gators. And it's a play action, and Graham Howard, a lightning... Oh, it's an interception! Octavius Alwayson with an interception. Graham Howard trying to fire a laser beam to Omar Jeltz. But double coverage on Jeltz there, especially with the Stoats playing zone defense. And the ball is going the other way on the Gators' 45-yard line. And it looks like Gatien Dupuis is still playing, so Ken McStoat might be out for the game with a wrist injury. That's the worst possible news the Stoats can hear right now as Dupuis throws it on the flat. Fred Freeman almost had a line through there, but he's taken down by J.K. Jokester. Now they're at the Gators' 30-yard line. Gators in trouble, throws it away, but the pass is incomplete.
The intended receiver on the play.
Ben Zeitgeist tried to repeat his magic from earlier on his out-of-bounds catch, but is a bit late.
Come on now, let's do this. Raise a two. Set.
2nd and 10. Stoats up by 3, 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Ben Zeitgeist hands it off to... Gets on to Puy, hands it off to Ben Zeitgeist. That's going to be good for 5 yards, 3rd and 5. A key defensive stop here for the Gators if they want to stay within a score of the Stoats. But that's not going to happen as a laser beam is fired to Yaden Floatboat on the right side. And Floatboat on the post route gets tackled down by Tyler McFridge. And the cornerbacks have not been doing their job for the Gators. We've seen one-on-one matchups be constantly won by the Stoats by both Tyler McFridge and Martin Fennick, for that matter, giving up one-on-ones. And just like that, Martin Fennick allows that huge catch there by Houston, Texas. His first reception of the game is going to put them within a yard of the Gators' end zone. So if the Stoats keep attacking that weakness over and over again, they're going to find success here as they're about to punch it in for another 6 points. All they need to do is hand it off to Ben Zeitgeist, and there's nobody on the right side to block him. That's 6 points on the board. This home crowd cheering as the home team goes up 9 points. And this point after try will bring them to 10. And the kick is good. The Stoats up 10. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Gators are in trouble. So far, the Gators' only touchdown comes from an insanely explosive Aston Sullivan run, in which he shrugged off a huge tackle by Calvin Madman and was able to sprint for 70 goddamn yards. But other than that, the Stoats defense has done a good job at limiting the Gators in all phases so far, as David Fizzlebeef tries to run for another return, and from stage left streams in Stuart Buckshot. My brain shut off there for a moment. You could hear the hard drive noises grinding as I tried to remember the word stream.
Let's go. Okay.
Gators will begin this drive from their 27-yard line. Howard looking for somebody open. Pass to the left side. It's complete to the tight end, Nick Hatchback.
Gain of 8 on the play.
In and out, come on. Set.
The Gators, 2nd and 2. I feel like a run is coming. Yeah, no, it's a pass. And Nick Hatchback, another reception, and that's going to put the Gators at their 49-yard line. Apparently we had to focus on that huge fight won by Alex North-South, who, if I remember correctly, the Gators got in a trade with the San Francisco Shitbirds. Or no, he was formerly a Shitbird before getting released. And it's a handoff to Doug Gongshow, but that only goes a yard.
1 yard gain on the play.
So the Gators give a play up for 1 yard. Howard backing up, pass to the left side. It's complete to Ben Tanner.
play.
That's going to be an amazing reception of all the Gators wide receivers who have stepped it up in the last couple of games to allow them their 2 victory. The Gators are on a 2-game winning streak right now. Both of them both those wins coming against their division rivals. Ben Tanner's been stepping it way up as being the lead target right now. It's over the middle and a diving catch, but another penalty on the Stoats. That's the third penalty. That's the third major penalty I can think of for the Stoats, which is completely wild because these Stoats so far this season have been the least penalized team in the league. And right now, they've had 3 costly mistakes, this one putting the Gators at their 22-yard line on a first down. Howard to the left side, and it's also complete to Ben Tanner.
Gain on the play.
And the Gators at the 11-yard line of the Stoats.
Motion.
Howard passes it to the flat to Aston Sullivan, and no! Oh, he almost gets the first down.
Gain of 8 on the play.
That man looked like he had the turning radius of a 1969 Dodge Charger RT, but you could hear the tires squealing as he tried his hardest to steer to the left through the Stoats defenders, but they bring him down 1 yard short of a first down, and the end zone inside, and Graham Howard is going to rush it in for a touchdown. Howard wheels it in, and that's going to put 6 points on the board. Andre Ford's score, kicking the point after try, and upon the success of this field goal, are going to bring the Gators within 3 points of the Stoats. Again, a loss here for either team means they are mathematically out of the postseason. So with 50 seconds left in the third quarter, Kingston is going to kick it off to the Stoats. Let me tell you, this Seattle crowd has been going absolutely wild all game. So many swings. The first half had 3 interceptions. And this game really does seem like it can go either way, with the Gators now seemingly woken up.
Kickoff returned 17.
Tyler McFridge gets the tackle on Passing Hog, and that's going to start their drive at the 20-yard line. The last thing Getsion Dupuis needs to do right now is throw an interception. Again, the Stoats lead the league in interceptions, which is why they're going to hand it off to Ben Zeitgeist, who tries to run it into a gap in the middle, but he's quickly taken down by Denny Bugless. That run's still good for about 4 yards. Oh, way more than that. Make that 7. A great run. As it's 2nd and 3 for the Stoats. 3 yards away from the Gators' 30-yard line. Getsion Dupuis handing it off to Ben Zeitgeist. And another penalty on Chadwick. This is the second offensive holding penalty on the Stoats center, Chadwick. And that penalty is going to bring us to the last quarter of the game. And Seattle looking uncharacteristically undisciplined. 2 offensive holding penalties over the course of this game, both on Jed Chadwick, if I remember correctly. So Getsion Dupuis is going to be in huge pass mode, and it's broken up.
Pass. Number 41 on the coverage.
Yeah, welcome back, Helton. This game is actually fire. 3rd down for the Stoats after a gigantic penalty. They're 2 for 5 on 3rd downs this game. Zeitgeist is going to pass it to Missile Move for a huge tackle for loss. As Matthew Hart Bishop makes his first play of the game. I have no idea what the play call there was. But that's going to move the Stoats to their 12-yard line. That's a 4th and 19. Nellie Rockhurst trying to punt it as far away as they can because the Gators should have impressive field position when they get that. And they are, with how they've been playing, yep, they're going to receive it at their 45-yard line. So they only have 55 yards to go for a touchdown. So this is very likely to result in at least a field goal unless the Stoats defense plays lights out on these next 3 downs. Graham Howard sets the backup tight end Mickey Ramjam in motion. Backs up, looks for a pass, tries to get out of there, and it's a big sack, and I said they need to bring the lights out, and Richard Dollar Store heard me. That's his first sack of the game, and that's going to pin the Gators backwards. Tackle or sack for 6 yards. That's going to put the Gators at 2nd and 16. Graham Howard, an immediate pass, and that was almost directly into the hands of Girani foul play. And that's going to put the Gators at 3rd down. The Stoats needed to play lights out, and they definitely are stepping it up. And Kingston has not made a 3rd down conversion once this game. And they are not in field goal range yet. Howard, it's a bullet over the middle, and Omar Jones almost puts it in for a 1st down. They're going to be 1 yard away. It'll be interesting to see what decision the Gators make here. Will they go for it? Being only down 3, we are in the last quarter of the game. And Graham Howard is out. They are going for it on 4th and 1. This may be, there's still lots of time left in the game, but this might be the play that defines the whole game. And it's a handoff to Aston Sullivan. It's a tackle for loss as Russell kicks, breaks through the offensive line, and gets the TFL. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Stoats now have the ball at midfield. And the momentum has utterly swung. Gatsion Dupuis still filling in for the injured Ken McStoat. He's going to hand it off to Ben Zeitgeist, who vibrates almost out of existence as he tries to get around. Oh my god. He tries to get around Jay McDiggle, but that run is still going to be good for 6 or 7 yards. Make that 5 yards. I can't do any basic math, but the Stoats in enemy territory at the Gators' 48-yard line. Gatton Dupuis steps back, lots of time to look for somebody open, and he connects with Houston, Texas, with his 2nd reception of the game. His 1st reception coming earlier, which put the Stoats at the 1-yard line. So he's been a major player when called upon. And Houston, Texas in the slot. And it's a handoff to Ben Zeitgeist, who runs straight to Jay McDiggle. These two have met up quite a lot today. And the Stoats are moving the chains consistently. They're at the 30-yard line of the Gators, 2nd and 4. Gatsion Dupuis has split backs behind him to either pass to or help with pass blocking. And the Gators have a lot of people forward, so I'm sensing a blitz. Yes, they send 5, but Gatsion Dupuis is out of there. It's a fumble, and the Gators recover. Gatsion Dupuis gives up the ball to the Gators linebackers. And the Gators have another possession starting on their 24-yard line. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. Graham Howard, drive of the game. Ben Tanner on the move. Stoats showing man coverage as Girani foul play goes to cover him. Howard backing up, looking for someone open. It's a short pass over the middle to Aston Sullivan.
Gain of 6 on the play.
And what an absolute lights-out game so far. 2nd and 4 on the Gators' 30-yard line. 4 turnovers this game. And, oh, Graham Howard! A huge tackle. Aston often came in there like a wrecking ball, and Graham Howard could not give Aston Sullivan the ball in time. And that's a gigantic TFL. That's going to put them back 7 yards or so. And that's going to put 3rd down. And again, Kingston has not converted on 4th down. Graham Howard looking for someone open. It's over the middle. Omar Jones gets the 1st down. And the Gators move the chains onto their 40-yard line. Omar Jeltz gets him on the classic post route. The enemy of man, the post route, and the Gators moving on up. 1st and 10. Aston Sullivan handoff. Tries to run it up the gut, but AI pathing ensures that he doesn't get through. Toby Wrightyson getting credited with the tackle. Kingston only down by 3. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the game. 2-minute warning handed out. Play action pass. Howard passes it to the right side. Omar Jeltz with a short reception. And that's going to bring them to 3rd down. Ryan Coulier with another tackle. And there's the 2-minute warning. So it is fully on for the Gators. It's fully on for the Stoats as well, for that matter. As both teams are making plays here, plays there, offensive play, defensive play, TFL, sack, big 3rd down pass, 3rd and 2 for the Gators. Howard looking for somebody open, throws it to the right side. It's complete to Brent Budgeson, who makes his first reception of the game. Graham Howard in the shotgun. And Howard's going to run it. What is he doing? It's a sack. I have no idea what he was doing, but Richard Dollarstore gets his 2nd sack of the game. It brings this to 2nd and 14. Graham Howard once again in the shotgun, looking for somebody open. Stoats almost get through. It's a big reception by Ben Tanner. And that's going to put them at 3rd and an itty-weeny little bit. Graham Howard goes for the run. He's stopped by Aston Often, who's been Graham Howard's #1 enemy today. And what will the Gators choose to do here? Andre Fourscore is out to kick a 52-yard field goal. And should the Gators get this, it will be a tie game. If the Gators miss this field goal, they can kiss their postseason goodbye. We saw a 55-yard field goal attempt barely make it by the Stoats earlier, and now all the pressure is on Fourscore as he milks this clock as best as he can to try and prevent the Stoats from having time should they re-get the possession. And here's the kick! It's no good! It's short! And with only 39 seconds left on the clock, the Stoats are surely to have won this game. The Gators still have timeouts remaining, so they can... Oh, and here comes Ben Zeitgeist.
Timeout called by the defense. Number 20, the ball carrier. 9-yard gain on the play.
But all Seattle has to do is prevent fumbles, run the ball, and burn up all of Kingston timeouts, and keep moving the chains with the run game. Ben Zeitgeist has been dependable all game, and Gatson Dupuis is the only one... Oh, Ben Zeitgeist gets the first down, tackled down by Randall Cloud. 32 seconds remaining in the game.
Gain of 10 on the play.
As I was saying, Gatson Dupuis with the only fumble of the game, but Ben Zeitgeist has had great ball security, and the Stoats are going to take a knee, and that is going to be game. The Gators are out of timeouts, and 2 kneels, and the Gators season is over. And this home crowd is cheering loudly as that scream from this Seattle crowd is the sound of a crowd with hope that the Stoats could make the totally normal Football League postseason. And we'll wait here for 20 seconds. And it was the Gators' inconsistency that really ate them, but they really gave the Stoats a fight. They made them earn the chance to keep fighting for that postseason spot. But early in the half, the Gators started out with a lot of troubles, And this crowd goes crazy. The Seattle Stoats win 17-14 as a dejected Gators squad goes to the sidelines of the locker room as the Stoats take to the field cheering. And yeah, Ben Zeitgeist, 13 carries, 98 yards with 1 touchdown. What a game, dude. But Ken McStoat, though, out with a wrist injury. That was the only real injury today, and the Stoats really feel like if they lost this game, they would have beat themselves. There were so many, oh my god, yeah, out for the game with a wrist injury. So Ken McStoat might be out for the rest of the season. We'll have to see how bad his wrist injury is. But McStoat only throwing for an 82.0. Gatton Dupuis, 79.8. Dupuis, no interceptions thrown. He's 9 for 14 with completion of 64%. But he did have that forced fumble, which put the Gators almost back in the game. You can't close out the prediction? I'll get to it after I get through all these stats. Yeah, Ben Zeitgeist, oh my lord. Actually, I didn't see the... Graham Howard only throwing a 45.8. That is a terrible passer rating. Through 2 interceptions, he only completed 66% of his throws. And he was sacked 4 times. I believe it. Like, Graham Howard had a lot of very questionable sprints out of the pocket. But he got more yards, I guess, because there was 2... Whatever. Not overall, anyways. But yeah, rushing. Aston Sullivan with that huge breakout touchdown. I was going crazy about that. That run alone is going to boost his average yards per carry this game to 14. And this is really a running back's game. Holy moly. Ken McStoat with that 11-yard dash. Ben Zeitgeist, 98 yards, 7.5 average with 13 touches in the TNFL. This is an outstanding performance. This is a career-best game for Ben Zeitgeist, when it seemed that he really wasn't clicking on all gears, and in fact the Stoats running offense could probably be credited for why their offense was lacking in their previous games that led them to the current slump they're in. But Zeitgeist absolutely tearing up that Gators line and getting huge yardage. Again, 34 best after first hit. Oh my lord, dude. And yeah, receiving Fred Freeman. It seems that Omar Jeltz only had 4 receptions, but that's for 12 a carry. And Ben Tanner also stepping up. Fred Freeman and Yaden Floatboat, though. Woo-wee! Defense, Tyler McFridge. Wow. Yeah, and Girani foul play once again showing why he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league.